What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm just going to put on the 2-minute timer real quick here. Get set up. Welcome.
The LS Dream Slot Create.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Can you put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me all right? I was having some mic issues earlier, so I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. What's up, Copper Horse? What's up, Sherry? What's up, Sashi? What's up, Mystery Christy? What's up, Marianne? Thank you, Erica. Fruit Loop Blue. Denise, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy Friday to you all. So, I'm pretty much over my sickness. I still got just that little itch in my throat that sometimes comes along, so I apologize if I'll try to cough that way, but sometimes I've still got that little scratch in my throat from being sick last week. So, Marianne, I started streaming on Twitch and putting YouTubes on YouTube. So it kind of inspired me to we chit-chat about all kinds of stuff. Me and my daughter and I play video games. Awesome. Yeah, it's never too late to start with the channel or on Twitch or any platform. It's never too late. And that's awesome. There's a guy... I hate to mention, only just because I tease him, but his name is Doug Live from Northport. And he literally just drives around. I don't know if he just delivers stuff or something, but he just drives around, goes live just about every other night. And he's a funny guy. And he does 2 to 3 hour shows where he's just driving around and it's him and his family just talking. And his channel's blown up. And that's... yeah, there you go, Copper Horse. No talking about Doug Live Northport. No, but that's only just teasing. But yeah, I think my channel started before him. And his channel blew up pretty fast. And it's really just him driving around. And they're just talking, and I think just everybody likes to get together, and he has this little core group, and yeah. So for all those that want to start a channel, it's never too late, and I appreciate you shouting that out. And yeah, like I said, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm a granny gamer on Twitch and that's awesome. That is so awesome. That is really cool. That is really cool, Marianne. And like I said, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because I have social anxiety, and I get like panic attacks before I go live. But luckily, the more I do it, the more comfortable I feel. But it was tough in the beginning. A lot of ums and ahs and ands in my first shows, just because people that have been doing this for a long time, they make it look easy, and it's not. But anyway, but I appreciate the support, and it's a lot easier when I got support with people like you guys, where you guys are so just so amazing and awesome. And yeah, thank you guys so much for the support and everything. So that's awesome. Yeah, don't stop, just keep trying. And sometimes, thank you, Melissa, I love you guys. And there's going to be some tough times where you feel like you're not reaching out to enough people, and that happened to me. I hit the fast track with the Gabby Petito case. I went from like 200 subs to like 2,000 subs overnight. So I kind of got lucky, but I touched on interesting topics, and yeah, so here we are. And so, anyway, yeah, I have not been on Facebook for a long time, Melissa. I apologize. I need to reset up a new Facebook page because I haven't been on Facebook for a long time. And when I set up that, I set up the kind of like the wrong account. I guess I just set up like a normal account, and I just started getting bombarded with like bot accounts, and it's a mess right now. So I need to redo my Facebook page to where it's like, you just follow me, and then that way I can kind of weed out all the nonsense, because it's a mess right now. So anyway, so today's show, I've been, and I'm sure a lot of you too, have been listening to The Murder Sheet. I've listened to it about 3 or 4 times now, part 1 and 2, mainly part 2, because part 1 they just go over what Kegan Kline's, was looking up and stuff, and so there's not much about the Delphi itself on part 1. Let me just see. It was you in the coverage of the Gabby Petito and the Delphi murders that got me wanting to do the fact I play video games all the time. Why not stream them? That's awesome. That's awesome. Yep. That's so cool. Oops, not potato. Yeah. Yeah, that was probably autocorrect. I get you, Marianne. That happens to me. So, anyway, so for today's show, I'm going to play just a little bit of the Delphi Murder, this part 2. I just want to play an interesting part, which is towards the end. Actually, let me, just in case of those that are kind of, I noticed it's, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm going to do just a quick recap, because I notice a lot of people like me do when I do the recap, because sometimes I get newer people in here and are kind of new to this case. So I'll just do a quick little 2-minute recap real quick, and then we'll get into the murder sheet. I want to just go over some big points on what to take away from the interview, and then I thought it'd be fun to kind of ask you guys some questions, so that you guys get involved some, and then we'll go from there. So just a quick recap real quick. So 2 girls, Libby and Abby, best friends, on Monday, February 13th in 2017, they had what they call a makeup day, and so they did not have school that day. And so they had to sleep over the night before, and then that day they were decided to go to what they call the Monon High Bridge. And so they had their sister, Libby's sister Kelsi, take them. And so at about 1:30 is when she picks them up and takes them to the bridge. She says that Kelsi's boyfriend calls her at 1:38, so they think that they dropped him off approximately 1:38 towards the trailhead, which is right here. So Kelsi lets out Libby and Abby, and this is at 1:40 approximately. And Kelsi watches as the two girls approach the trail, which is the 501 trail. And so as they approach the trail, there is the Monon High Bridge. And we've seen this Snapchat. This is at 2:05. Liberty German takes a picture of the direction they're heading. And that's just as they're approaching platform 2. And then at 2:07, as they're at platform 3, she turns back and takes a picture of Abby, who is kind of going slower because I think this was her first time crossing this bridge. So, and I believe Liberty has done this before. I could be wrong. They could have done the bridge before. I know they were into geocaching, and there's some geocaching spots over here. So, but I do know that Abby was clearly, taking her time because she was a little, maybe a little more afraid of, because it is a terrifying bridge to cross. So this Snapchat was at 2:07. And then from new information with this 5-year anniversary, we found out that this clip here starts at 2:13. So Liberty was smart enough to sense danger, and she pulled out her phone. And so, hey, Kim. And so luckily she started recording. And apparently they're talking about girl stuff as he's approaching. And then in unofficial reports, they say that he says, hey, and one of the girls responds with, and he approaches a little bit more, and he says, guys. And then Abby says, is that a gun? He's got a gun. And then that's when he says, you hear a gun cock, and then he says, guys, or then he says, down the hill. So that's why guys and down the hill are cut, is because in between guys and down the hill, there's a sound of a gun cocking. So they wanted to take that out. So that's why it's the audio is spliced. Sadly, they were forced down this hill. Libby's shoe was found here, and they believe that the girls tried to make a run for it across the shallow section of Deer Creek. But it looks like he caught back up with them. Maybe because maybe one of the two fell behind and they didn't want to leave each other. And sadly, he caught back up to them. And so their bodies were found the next day, sadly. So that's just a quick recap on that. And so in the early stages, let's see, does it have it down here? Do I gotta go to the next page? Oh, it is on the next page. So in the early days, they had released some audio, and we'll listen to the audio real quick. And then they released 2 sketches. They let's see, does this have the sketches in it? I know it does. Let me scroll to the top real quick. I have the sketches anyway. So they released 2 sketches. This was the original sketch. And then 2 years later, they found they had done a new press release. Said this came secondary, and this is the new sketch, which is actually the first sketch, which gets a little confusing. They basically made both sketches around the same time, but this was actually the first sketch. A much younger looking person. So yeah. Actually, before I get into the murder sheet, let's get into the missing real quick. I apologize. I can't forget about the missing. So, this is, oh boy, I hope I don't butcher this. Amia, yeah. Oh boy. Amia Green? I hope I said that right. Amia Green went missing today. It says 3/18. 16 years old, Lakewood, Washington. So, if anybody's in that area, this is Miss Green here. Amia, I hope I said that right. Amia Green. So, just went missing today, 16 years old, from Lakewood, Washington. So, major of the other cities. Okay, and we got one more, and this is Hannah Morris. She went missing 2 days ago, and once again from Arizona. Amaya. Okay, is that Amaya? Okay, thank you. You guys are awesome. Amaya. Okay, and this is Hannah Morris, and she's 15 years old, 5'2", hazel eyes, reddish hair. Was last seen before bed around 9 p.m. on Wednesday. And if you guys have been following my channel, there is just something with Phoenix and Mesa. A lot of people go missing. It's a big problem. They say Alaska's the number one state, but I think per volume, Arizona is the biggest state for people going missing. People tell me that some of it has to do with the cartel. I hope not, but it's scary. So anybody that's in that area, this is Hannah Morris. So, all right. So let's get into the murder sheet. Now I'm just going to play about 10-15 minutes. I've got it to a part where I think is Mariana, but I think I live in Arizona, and there's a lot of missing people here. There is. It's crazy. Another Walmart kidnapping on footage just before. Yeah, I'm going to go over her as well, Chihuahua. Naomi. I don't know if that's who you're talking about, but I am going to go over her as well towards the end of the show. What's up, Lady M? So, anyway, so I've got this at a particular part. This is towards the latter half of the interview, part 2. And this talks a little bit about, they're going to start talking about how they feel like there's two people that are using this Anthony Shots account, that they're just like convinced that there's two different personalities contacting these girls. And so one is clearly Kegan, but they feel like who would be, possibly Bridge Guy is the other. So I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Device logins from your house.
Right.
For a Snapchat account within minutes of one another.
Right.
Okay. We have the day that you gave your polygraph in your interview. You were steadfast in. I met them in the beginning of February, like 1st or 2nd. You were steadfast. You never came off that. I never spoke to her beyond February 1st or 2nd. And the guy says, "Look, we know you spoke to her the day she was murdered." You said, "Absolutely not. I blocked her." You're showing me after the 1st or 2nd, right? We have these images. You saying that's not you.
No data. Okay. A Granny Gamer. Okay, is that better now, guys? Chris, no P sound. Okay, how's that now? Is that better? Thomas? There he goes. Okay, everything good now? Okay. Alright. My apologies, guys. Okay, you guys might have missed that first part. Okay. Let me back it up just a little bit. Okay.
These My Daddy references.
Right.
With regardless of what you say, there are two different authors of those messages, regardless of what you say, right? They're not both you. They're both your devices. They're mixed, but the phrasing's different. It changes. It is not the same person. So we know we have multiple account logins with Snapchat. We have two different people using Kik Messenger talking to people from your residence. I mean, all that 100% sure. We know it. We know it for a fact. So remove yourself from it, bullshit, and trying to pick out every individual piece, it starts to stack. Just keep stacking. The phone, your phone that you had all your search history was deleted from 210 to 215. There's nothing in between.
Notice those dates, 210 to 215. So the girls were sadly murdered on 213, found on 214. He deletes stuff from 210 to 215. Very, very suspicious.
So now what's interesting about that is all those other phones have complete histories. Nothing's gone.
Okay.
So during the time frame where this grooming would have been built up to meeting, it's gone. It's wiped away from your phone. But your other devices are complete. So now it all starts to stack. The complexity of your Anthony Schatz persona, the cars, the influence of the Lamborghinis, Ferraris.
Yeah.
It's not you. It's not your idea. You and I both know it's not your idea.
What do you mean? That's not my idea to take pictures of money and stuff and send them to people.
The complexity of it, okay? It's not just you.
I don't know.
Is it?
I mean, like I said, the only other person that had access to my phone is him. That's literally it.
Not at that time.
No, I promise you, anytime.
Not in Vegas.
Right, not in Vegas. Yeah.
When you're searching nonstop about the Delphi investigation, when you're supposed to be on a vacation, when you're still actually sending Snapchats to Liberty when you know she's dead. Messages.
I don't ever remember doing that.
Well,
Okay, so what they're talking about is, not only did this Anthony Schatz account have contact with Libby and her friend, but afterwards, this person had sent a message. This Anthony Schatz account tried to communicate with Libby. And then I think Kelsi German was, going back and checking her, her sister's social media accounts, and actually even contacted this Anthony Schatz as well. But at the time didn't know, what was going on or anything.
I'm telling you, you did. That's a fact. And then...
Like, that could be me sending that message to a ton of people. Like on Snapchat. I would do that all the time. Send them to 40, 50 people.
Okay.
At once.
But again, that one in there that...
I know what you mean. I had nothing to do with that. So, I know I get she's dead. I get you guys want to find someone. But I literally have no clue.
When you walked in here and said, I'm not a car guy.
I'm not.
Look at...
I know what a Lamborghini is. What do you mean?
Well, of course everyone does, but...
A Lamborghini 458 Italian. That's what that car is. And I'm not a car guy. I don't even have my license. No, I'm a broke guy. I'm not. I have no cars. Yeah, I know what cars are.
Let me ask you, why would you, after you failed the polygraph about knowing about Delphi investigation, come home, delete your Snapchat and your Instagram, which you used to communicate with Libby, and then you searched, how long does DNA last? Why would you do that?
I have no clue. I don't know. He was probably because they DNA tested me.
Right.
So they obviously have DNA on that body, because why else would they DNA test me?
So why would you worry about your DNA being on the body?
I wouldn't.
Then why'd you search?
Common question. That's just a common thing to freak out about. Like, why? You know what I mean?
No, I don't, because you giving DNA...
Right. So you obviously know I didn't do it.
Right?
Yeah.
right? But then you're starting to think, then why?
Saying,
why would you search?
you want people to do that, but I wasn't.
Why would you care how long DNA lasts? What if it lasts 100 years? What would it matter to you? If it was on the body, then it would matter, right? But you knew 110% your DNA wouldn't be there, right?
Right.
So why does it matter how long it lasts?
Because I wondered if the person had DNA on their body. If they actually knew who the person was.
That doesn't make sense.
How doesn't it?
Because it doesn't. It doesn't.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking, these people think I killed someone. So if they actually have DNA on the body, they're going to know that I didn't do it. But if there's no DNA on the body, then it's obvious that, like, okay, well, that's weird.
But again,
failed the polygraph.
That just adds to it. Everything he just said, it's stacking the whole thing.
It's not.
So, like I said, I don't want to steal their content, so I need to kind of commentate over it. So, but yeah, so what they're going over right now is he did a search about like how long does DNA last, and so they're asking about that because they can see all of his searches. He said that he had no idea about this Delphi case, but yet when they went on their Vegas vacation, which was in June, I believe, he was the whole time he was looking up the Delphi stuff. They'd seen it in his history, looking up Google, looking up Delphi, just the latest stuff with the Delphi. But yeah, he says that he has no idea who these girls are, and so they're kind of pinning him down in a corner and saying, hey, look, it can't be both ways. You can't not know who these girls are, but yet you're sitting here searching up what's going on in the case.
Though, if you get what I'm saying, I mean, it's really not like...
I don't understand.
I literally have no clue how that girl died. I don't know anything to do with it. Yeah, that is a weird-ass coincidence that I happened to talk to her like, I get that.
And then we go again. Something else that stacks on top of this is when you talk to investigators. I mean, this is fresh in your mind. You just got back from Vegas. You've been nonstop searching this stuff. You've been talking about it with other girls that knew Libby. You have been searching it before you went to Vegas. And then you tell investigators, I was with my dad all day. We went to Grandma and Grandpa's at noon.
No, I told them I didn't know what. I mean, I don't ever leave. So, like, yeah, I'm probably out at his house, really. But I mean...
I'm telling, again.
I don't remember everything I did.
Well, I'm refreshing your memory.
Like, I told them that I would go and see my grandma and grandpa, like, a lot.
No, for a fact, audio, video recorded on your interview. You told them a few days after this happened, you were with your dad all day. And you went to your grandparents.
Every did, really.
From on your interview, said you either said 12 to 2 or 12 to 3. And then you came back home. That's what you said.
Right.
That's not I don't remember. That's what you said, right?
No, because he was like, hey, you really need to think about this.
Right, and you
really need to think about.
And that's what you said.
So I was like, well, I mean...
Well, your phone does not line up to that. And again, that's another fact. You don't have to remember it.
Okay, where was my phone at? Please tell me.
So it was at your residence.
All day, because I don't ever leave there.
Until?
Until when?
You went somewhere near your grandparents' house, but you did not go to your grandparents' house.
Friend 1.
Where?
Friend 1's house.
Okay.
That's the only other place I go.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it there. So one of the things that he tends to do is when they're trying to ask who else could be this other person that's using Anthony Shout's account, and they try to kind of lean towards like him saying his dad, but he always kind of refers to friend 1, and I won't use their name because apparently there's been a kind of a mess with this whole murder sheet thing where they were supposed to redact all the names, and apparently all the names got released anyway, and so there's been some people that are kind of ticked off because some people are going to kind of get people get so narrow tunnel vision with this stuff, and they don't realize that the people that are innocent of this stuff, and even though their names are put into this, they're gonna get, it's gonna get ugly if it's attached to this. So, but anyway, going back to, he always kind of refers back to his friend one, and always kind of seems to like protect his dad and say, no, I don't think my dad could have done it, or no, I don't think my dad had the login information for my phone. It is interesting, but they don't seem to be too concerned about friend one. I don't know why. Maybe friend one just maybe has a solid alibi or something. But anyway, I'm going to skip forward just a little bit. I want to get into something that they mentioned that's really interesting. I got to find it here.
This is what I'm telling you.
I mean, you get what I'm saying, though? Like,
No, I don't, because...
I mean, you don't, okay?
You're...
Okay, where were you Monday at 7:45?
Kegan, this isn't about...
Okay, it's coming up
Peru?
here.
Yep.
Exactly.
Country Club Road. Whose house is that?
Country Club Road? I have no clue. That's where my grandma lived. I mean, my grandma lives on out by...
Paw Paw.
Paw Paw Pike, yeah.
Right. Well, it wasn't there.
Country Club Road and Paw Paw Pike meet.
I understand that, but you connected to a Wi-Fi source that was in that house.
No, I did not. I'm telling you 1,000%.
Oh, is that what happened?
Friend one and my grandma's.
So why...
Oh, is that what happened, Robin? Murder Sheets did redacted someone else down. Okay, thank you for clearing that up, Robin. Okay, I did not know that. I just know that there was somebody on Twitter blaming Murder Sheep for it. So I did not know that. Thank you for clearing that up, because like I said, there was somebody on Twitter just laying it out on the Murder Sheep podcast, and so thank you for clearing that up, though. So, yeah, that's terrible that they had to release people's names like that, because people get real tunnel vision with this stuff, and these people. There's a lot of people that are just not involved in, that are just attached to these people. So anyway, so I'm trying to find the spot. It's coming up here. It's about what Tony Kline did when he was younger. And I wanted to play this for you guys. So.
Why did you tell investigators that you went there when you didn't?
Was when I would go to friend one's, really, and get weed. That's about it.
And would you...
More and more. Like, the more you keep saying, like, I'm like, if I'm not at my grandma and grandpa's house...
Like, pretty much, like, seeming like one of your best friends. But you just said friend one's table and goes, that's for Kegan. 1 ounce...
Right?
I don't want to associate with him.
I don't even know where that's at out there. Protecting. What are you talking about? Hey, you don't know who O.J. Simpson is, or no?
Weren't sending pictures to the victim. Didn't say, is it bad?
So why'd you bring up friend two? I met that guy to find me this.
We will tell you why in a moment.
Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay. This is the part that I want to play for you guys. This is very interesting right here.
We had this case a while back, and this freaking little kid was in the bathroom and overflowed the toilet. So he yells for help, and the dad gets pissed off, comes at the kid, mom intervenes. The dad punches the mother. She runs away, he chases her down, he hits her, bites her in the stomach, runs back inside, slams the kid's head into the toilet, fractures his orbital socket, puts him upside down, and starts dunking his head into the toilet that was overflowed.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what would you think about that guy?
He should get hung right now. He should be killed.
So that guy should get killed?
Yeah, 1,000%.
What do you think that person is capable of?
What is that person capable of?
Yeah, what would you think a person like that is capable of?
Probably anything, because he killed some kid.
He didn't kill the kid. The kid lived.
Oh, shit. Well, I mean, he obviously tried to kill his kid, whether he lived or not. I still think he should die either way, because he obviously attempted murder on the kid, so...
The man in the case the police described to Kegan Kline is, in fact, Tony Kline. It was Tony Kline who slammed a child's head into the toilet, breaking his orbital socket. And, as Kegan Kline himself concedes, a man who is capable of that is probably capable of anything.
We want to add that with the help of a listener, we were able to track down.
So yeah, Espressa, that's so sweet of you. So yeah, if you guys just caught that, that is absolutely crazy. That Tony Kline would be capable of taking punching a woman and then taking the son and smashing his head against the toilet and then dunking his head. And somebody sent me, sorry, I get that itch in the back of my throat and I want to get rid of it. I apologize. But somebody had shown me, and I'm not sure if it's related to it, but it's his mugshot of Tony Kline. I don't have it at the moment, but I have seen it, and it might be related to this incident. But yeah, let me play that one more time just for you guys that might have missed that. That is crazy.
Slams the kid's head into the toilet, fractures his orbital socket, puts him upside down, and starts...
Oh, yeah, for those that are just coming in. So this is the Murder Sheet podcast. There's one of them's like a lawyer or something. I'm not sure if they both are. And I don't even know their name. Do they have their names in here? Anyway, so does it have their name? I've seen their name somewhere. But anyway, so the female, she's playing the part as the detectives, and then the male is playing the part of Kegan, just for those who were kind of wondering who's talking. So this isn't the real actual interview. This is just they're just reading off the transcript of the actual interview. So I guess I should explain that. I apologize.
Dunking his head into the toilet that was overflowed.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what would you think about that guy?
Okay, let me back
that.
that.
Find. Met him on Craigslist.
Why not?
It's literally...
Why not meet and tell him that? Yeah, I couldn't go to a party and have fun.
Because he's waiting on it. If he's waiting on me, hey, I need you.
Are you scared?
To find me this.
Of somebody? What they're gonna do?
I swear on...
If you say something?
No. I literally don't know anything. Like, I was supposed to make thousands of dollars.
Oh, okay, Kevin. Okay, thank you, Barbara.
It.
I'm not talking about the weed anymore.
I know, but I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying.
Who are you afraid of to tell that was using the Anthony Shots account?
No, but I told you friend one. That's the only other person that could have my phone. That's literally it.
Not in Vegas.
Okay.
He's not talking to Liberty.
I don't remember talking.
So who was?
To them.
Okay, there's one more thing I want to show you guys, and then we'll get on to the other part here. There's one more thing. I think it was at 13 minutes, I think it was.
Said.
But what I'm saying in my memory, that's what happened. I don't remember ever talking to her like that. I remember...
So why do you have altered memory?
Okay.
Why it's hard for me to believe that, because I hear what you're saying. And you said the same thing when I know for a fact you were lying, because then eventually you told the truth.
Well, yeah.
Eventually you did.
Well, yeah.
So you telling me that you...
Once they put the pictures out and they're like, hey...
Yeah,
here's the evidence we got. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's why it's hard to believe that. And then like Deputy Clinton said, you have this whole stack. And I mean, you can argue like the small town thing again, absolutely. You can argue that you are a concerned citizen, that this happened in your backyard close. You can argue that for sure. But when you throw into that, you literally talk to her.
I get.
Right before.
You say that.
She was killed.
I understand. I get
then
how this looks. Trust me.
That you tell investigators that you only talked to her once and you blocked her.
That's what I remember. Okay. I get what you're saying.
You said.
But what I'm saying in my memory, that's what happened. I don't remember ever talking to her like that. I remember...
So why do you have altered memory?
I
feel that you feel somewhat responsible.
For what?
For them dying.
Why would I feel responsible for something I know nothing about? What do you mean?
You don't, I mean, when you tell me I know nothing about this, right? That doesn't make sense because you researched it. You research.
I did not oh my God. So every single person that like Google searched about them dying is a suspect?
But those people, don't tell me, well, I know nothing about this case. I don't know anything about this case. I never talked to the girl that died.
Because I don't remember ever talking to the girl that died.
I'm telling you, you did.
Okay, I get what you're telling me, but I don't remember that. So I'm not lying to you. If I don't remember it, how am I lying to you?
Okay, so I'll give you a scenario then, and you tell me. You sit in my shoes, okay?
Okay.
I know.
So,
Trust me.
You say you did.
I know. I don't know anyone that
Listen.
did.
Let's fact evidence, okay? So let's just focus on that one minute detail. That conversation that happened.
Okay.
Shots account was you, so.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I killed 2 people.
I didn't say that, but you did sure tell her that you were supposed to meet her, and she didn't show up though, because that's evidence. That's true fact evidence, okay? So let's just focus on that one minute detail. That conversation that happened, that went back and forth, and again, I'll refresh your mind, where the girl contacted Anthony Schatz and said, "Did you hear what happened to Liberty?" And Anthony Schatz responded, "OMG, what happened?" And then she goes and tells him what happened, and then Anthony Schatz says, "Well, I was supposed to meet that girl, but she never showed up." So let's focus on that one conversation of evidence we know is true, and it doesn't matter if you remember it or not.
Right.
But who then would have had access? Who would have had said that then if it wasn't you?
Melissa, this is two people reading from a police transcript, and the guy is playing as Kegan Kline, who is suspected of catfishing girls and oh, there we go. So this is Kegan, and then this is his dad, Tony Kline. Kegan was the one that was charged in 2020 for having child pictures and soliciting minors and just a lot of bad stuff. I'm trying to be careful what I say so YouTube don't dox me. But yeah, just a lot of bad stuff on his phones. He had like 5 different devices, and so they had did an interview in August 19, 2020, and these two from Murder Sheet podcast are the ones that are reading from the transcript, and the female, she is playing the part as the detectives, and then you have the male playing is Kegan. So anyway, but yeah, so that's the main things I wanted to play for you is the part where they were talking earlier about how they are convinced that there are 2 different personalities using the Anthony Schatz account. So you've got Kegan, but who is the other one? I was trying to find the spot, but I can't remember where it's at. But he says that day that him and his dad were watching pay-per-view wrestling, and at some point he went to his grandmother's, which then he changes his story and says, "Oh, well, I might have went to friend one's house to get some weed." So his story changes. He had failed his polygraph test in 2017, and it was during the questions of when asked if he knew the girls. So, yeah. Sometimes I forget words to replace it with because you never know with YouTube. Sometimes it's you just can't win. It's kind of sucks, free speech has kind of gone out with and so you gotta kind of have to have like a filter, and it's tough when it's not easy going live. People make it look easy, and I'm still working on it. The thing about YouTube is they don't give you like a list of like, okay, here's the words you can't say, these are the words that are gonna dox you. They say just don't use these common terms, or general, I guess say general would be a better word for it. But they, but see, the thing is assault, if I were to say a certain word before assault, that'll dox me. So, so that's why, just even assault is tough. So, Another thing that we learned in this is that at some point, Anthony Schatz was in contact with a female and found out their address, and shortly after, someone showed up in a ski mask. Now, I wanted to bring this little article up for you guys, which is interesting. So, because for those that listen to this transcript, I'm sure you guys caught that there was a guy in a ski mask that had been, once he had found out what the girl was communicating with Anthony Schatz, and he got a hold of their address, shortly after, somebody with the ski mask showed up peeping through their window. And that was in 2017, I believe. I think that happened after the murders. But this happened in 2010. And so I just thought I would share this story with you guys, because this could be related. So this happened on May 13th. Let's see, this is when it was, the document came out. So a mother whose 9-year-old daughter was nearly abducted by a masked man in Young America last week has taken the matter of catching the culprit into her own hands. Okay, before I read the rest of this, just for those that are wondering what Young America is, Young America is in Indiana, and it is 25 minutes away from Delphi. And as a matter of fact, Young America is real close to where Kegan and his father had lived. So just to, so here's Young America, 25 minutes to Delphi. So let me finish the story here. Erica Miller has been posting flyers throughout the town and surrounding communities. Her goal is that someone can identify the skinny, white male who stands about 6 feet tall, who entered her backyard Thursday wearing a black ski mask, black gloves, while in pursuit of her daughter. I want this guy caught, Miller said Tuesday. According to the account given by her daughter, the man drives a white extended cab pickup truck with gray primer spots. He reportedly pulled into the Miller's driveway into 1300 block of East Roche Street in Young America at about 3:30 p.m. Thursday. So it's broad daylight. The daughter heard the vehicle pull up, saw the man. That is interesting. Broad daylight, 3:30. That's about the same time as when Abby and Libby were murdered. Almost exact same time. That's pretty crazy. Now, this is 2010, 7 years prior, but very interesting. The daughter heard the vehicle pull up, saw the man exit, and became scared when he quickly approached her, Miller said. One of the Miller's 2 dogs knocked down the man, who got up and continued approaching the girl. She let the other dog off his chain before dropping to the ground and screaming. As the man approached the girl, he made a reference that he was sick of waiting. The second dog also attacked the man, who then fled. Miller was not home at the time. She had been running late, taking her husband to the doctor's appointment. She learned of this incident from a phone call, rushed home, arriving 20 minutes later. Miller reported it to the Cass County Sheriff's Department 90 minutes later. When asked why she waited so long to call police, she said she was focused on catching the guy who tried to get her daughter. She admits that she would have called 911 sooner. So she was trying to chase the guy. But says the police got involved. They have provided her family with little comfort. I don't think this is taken very seriously at all, Miller says. I'm disappointed. They're here to help and protect these kids, and they're not doing it. Let's see. Armstrong assigned another deputy to patrolling Young America. Let's see if there's anything else in here. This is not the only incident involving criminal act toward a girl in Young America in the last week. A man who also had a black ski mask was seen standing outside the window of Miller's neighbor, Cheryl Swafford, as the family watched movies as part of a family movie night. At about 3 a.m. Sunday, the 12-year-old girl noticed a man staring at her through the window. He was reportedly standing so close to the window, his breath could be seen forming on the glass. The girl's father bolted out of the door, pursuit of the peeping Tom, as the mother called 911. The man escaped. Let's see, they got any description? Don't have a lot of leads. Okay, surrounding law enforcement, Armstrong said that they will also be on the lookout for a white pickup truck. Kokomo police officer Jack Packard is coach of the 9-year-old softball team. He has also been circulating the account of what happened via email and Facebook. He asks any information. Although she's not ruling anything out, Logansport police does not believe the young American abduction attempt is related to the abduction and rape of the 4-year-old girl in Logansport during the early morning hours of May 2nd. I'm going to have to figure out who that one is. That's interesting. It's sad, but I'd like to know that story as well, just to see if there's any similarities. But, sorry guys, I haven't been seeing the chat. You guys have been going off. But yeah, someone sent me this. I thought it was very interesting, considering what happened with that stuff. You teased us the other night live for like 5 minutes. Oh, did I? Oh, are you talking about the failed attempt at members only live? I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. Ukraine. Yeah, so seeing connection. They never see connections. Can't see 2 feet in front of them. Yeah. Nothing new about Delphi case. I think Chris said he doesn't even get a list. It's odd. Yeah. So, but yeah. So this guy apparently was driving a where'd he go at? Pull up. The man exited. Where'd the vehicle go? Oh yeah, a white pickup truck. So, but interesting. Like I said, that was in 2010. And someone brought that to my attention because it's kind of just the same thing that happened with the whole Anthony shots. Apparently, he'd gotten an address, and then there was a peeping Tom with somebody in a black ski mask, and so that happened in Young America. And like I said, Young America is 25 minutes from Delphi. Yeah, I appreciate you mods for. I said sometimes I understand people get super invested in this case and got strong opinions. Just please be respectful. Everybody, we all have our opinions, and I respect everybody's. And I try to, take the time to read some of them. Just try to be respectful to other people. Chad, Will, and KK are somehow kind of connected. They had the same barber. Had the same barber, huh? Interesting. CP both had the same pit bull. Interesting. Yeah. Control they have. Used to live. Tony Kyle used to live at the East Rouse Street in Young America. And we just talked about Rouse Street, didn't we? Are you serious? "13th block of East Rouse Street. TK used to live." I gotta write that down. Alicia, you're amazing. If that's true. Boy, that'd be a strange coincidence. God, I bet you that was probably one of them. Had to have been. In 2010? Huh. Thank you, Alicia, for sharing that. That is crazy. 13 13 block of East Rouse Street. I wonder if I can punch that in real quick. I don't know if that's so you said 1275 Rouse Street. Maybe I can East Rouse Street. There it is right there. Galveston. Oh yeah, right there. I mean, just right there. Oh, that's crazy. So, Galveston is basically Young America, huh? So it's basically the same thing. So you've got Young America. This is Galveston, Indiana, but basically they're the same thing. Gosh, I mean, that didn't even move. And this is that... This is 150. Huh. Very interesting. I'm going to have to do some research on that. Is that, there's the 13th right there. Huh. Thank you for sharing with that. It's interesting. I'm going to have to do some research on that. So one of the other things that I want to do, is I'm going to do another video, and it just a whole timeline of the story. But I want to add in, to where it's got the basic facts of the timeline of this story here. But then I want to throw in all because what gets really confusing is the witness statements, who made the witness statements, the property, what persons of interest were there in this. I kind of want to do a video where it's just kind of got a little bit of everything, but whenever I want to have it where I've got the factual statements, but also when I'm talking about stuff like because there's so much stuff in this where it's speculation, and so I want to be able to, when I'm talking about that stuff that's speculation, have it where it's up in the corner saying, okay, this is speculation, if that makes sense to you guys. Because to really kind of clear up what's the facts and then what's the stuff that's, speculation. Because a lot of people that gets a lot, gets twisted a lot. But I really like to do that and just do a full detailed timeline. And then the parts that are got the speculation about, like what was said in the video, stuff like that, I want to put in there. But then, it'll have, like a speculation warning or something, so people know what are, the real facts and then what are speculation. Because people, like to hear the speculation, but sometimes that stuff gets... it's like a kind of a gray area where people misconstrue the speculation with the facts. And so I would like to do that, especially, like I said, the witness stuff. That stuff's so hard to find, like because, you've got like Derek, who says he thought he saw the bridge guy, but then he's not sure if it was flannel shirt guy. Like I said, it gets really confusing, and so I'd like to do a video where I can try to clear that up as best I can. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on, as well as going out and doing another run. As you guys know, I had went out and filmed myself wearing different things, and I'm going to be doing that again. Except I'm going to have the camera much higher. Let's see, Delphi Praise. Here we go. Total buffering. Alright, here we go. It came back. What's up, Sharon? Okay. I think we got it back. That's weird. I lost half my viewers in that. Yeah, I'm back. I know, and I just lost half my viewers because of that. I don't know. they installed Google Fiber, literally just the other day, and I think once they have that set up, we're gonna switch over to that because and it's we got a new router and everything because the other one got fried. It's still going. It's still not. Oh, God, that is terrible. Yeah, man, that's a bummer. Hey, peeps are coming back. Yeah. I'm seeing if it, Anywho, okay, well, before I lose you guys, so they say white truck leaving. Interesting. I wonder if this is connected, Atonement. Watch the footage at very beginning, white truck leaving. Interesting. I wonder if that white truck has something to do with it. I've heard a white Dodge Dart before in the early days of this, but I guess so. Public, yeah, that's interesting. Might have to do a video about that. Is it going okay, guys? Put a 1 in the chat if it's okay. Okay, is it going better? Okay. Alright, so I've just got a warning up here, so I wasn't sure if it was going okay. Alright. White truck also at Evansdale? Interesting. Yeah, I did a video on Evansdale. You know, problem with Evansdale is there's just not a lot of information on Evansdale. And I also want to do a video about the Florida fires as well, but there's absolutely just nothing, which is very sad because you have four black girls who lost their lives, and it just kind of got overshadowed with the Delphi murders, and it really made the it really made law enforcement look bad because it looked like they were favoring the the Delphi murders, and so I'd like to do a video on all three, but yeah, I apologize for the buffering. Maybe I better not go too much longer because I don't know if it's gonna keep doing that or not. So anyway, so what I've got for the future, so that's what we'll get into next. So I'm going to be doing an interview with Tony from All American Dream Chaser. I gotta get a hold of him. I know he was down to do an interview. I am doing the Members Only Live this Sunday. It is happening. I don't care if I have to have someone fill in for me. That is going to happen. So, Members Only Live is this Sunday. Got to figure this out, guys. It's so weird. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. Oh, thanks, Mystery Christy, for becoming a member. Yeah, we're gonna be you got the dog spinning. Yeah, we're gonna be taking phone calls. I'm gonna try doing Google Voice, and then see how that works, and then because I know not everybody can do like Zoom and stuff, and I think that's a lot harder to set up, and I think it'll just be easier to just do like Google Voice or something. And so that's going to be this Sunday. And we're gonna be doing turning in our donations tomorrow, I think. So any donations you guys want to send in, 35% of that will go to the Ukraines. I've got a donation set up. I forget the name of it, but it's gonna it's kind of part of Streamlabs where they match like up to like 100,000 or something. So that's gonna be really cool. So it's almost like doubling the money that's that we're gonna send in. So but I think that's where I'm gonna probably stop the stream here because I don't want to annoy you guys with if it's not gonna be a stable connection. So but I will be live tomorrow. I was gonna talk about Naomi, this poor girl here, but if it's the internet's not gonna behave. But this is Naomi Irion, and she sadly got picked up. She was at a Walmart, and somebody got into her vehicle. And so this is a suspect here. And then they found her car a few days later at a, what was it, a Sherwin-Williams plant. And her car was abandoned. And then they believe this truck here is the vehicle of interest because there's a lot of cameras at that building. So luckily they got this vehicle on camera. But she is, I think she's only 18 or something like that, real young, and got nabbed just coming out of Walmart. Poor girl. And so this happened on March 12th, and this happened in Nevada, Fernley or something like that. I forget the county, but so yeah, I'm gonna do a story about her because that's real terrible. So so yeah, I think that'll be it. Since the internet's not going to behave, but I will be live. We'll probably do 1 or 2 shows tomorrow. So and then for sure we'll be doing the members live Sunday mid-afternoon. So. But I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening to me, and thank you, Mr. Christie, for becoming a member. That helps me out so much. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys.